Hey, Hood News peeps, let me know if you can hear me.
Testing 1, 2, 3, guys. Let me know if you're ready.
All right, thanks. All right,
Testing 1, 2, 3.
all right, we're good here. We're good whenever you want to start.
Testing 1, 2, and 3. You all right over there, Grizzly? Ready? All right? Okay. Good morning. Well, good afternoon. I'm Dr. Candace Matthews. I am the National Minister of Politics for the New Black Panther Nation, and we are here at South Houston High School because it was some real foolishness that has happened to children here at this school where they actually supposed to be protecting for the not just their educational well-being but also their safety well-being. We had two dance teachers, well, assistant dance teacher and an actual dance teacher who took the liberty of locking 7 to 8 kids. Majority of them were African American in the dance locker room because they were not dressed on time. And in that process, they end up turning up the music so they could even hear the children screaming while they were in there, letting them know to open up the door. Who does that at a school? Okay, now I'm just going to be honest. I am a mother and I would be livid if my child would send me an actual video that I'm going to give to you guys for you to see that this child that's behind me and other students were trying to open the door to get out of the dressing room. You do not lock kids in the dressing room as a form of discipline. You do not lock kids in the dressing room, period. That's just like your own children. You don't lock your own kids in the closet because they didn't want to get ready for dinner. That's not what we do. So at this point right now, I really feel that a CPS intake would need to be called in, and I'm going to ensure that I make that call on today. So I have mom and also the student who experienced this here, matter of fact, this afternoon, so they can tell their horrific story on what happened. So I'm going to have mom to come up first, and then after mom, then we'll have the actual student. Mom.
Hi, I'm Horizon's mom. I got a text message with a video stating that she was locked in the locker room by her dance teacher. And as soon as I got that text message, I drove over here and I let the school know what was going on. They was clueless. They didn't know what I was talking about. So it took one of the APs to go walk to the dance locker room to actually let them out.
Can you kind of just talk about, are you guys filing a lawsuit against the school?
Yes, I am.
Tell us what you hope will come out of this lawsuit.
Justice. Hopefully the teachers are fired. There'll never be a teacher again that will be around kids again, because just like it happened to my child, who's to say it's going to happen to somebody else's child?
Have you ever had any problems with this dance teacher?
Yes, I had. It was like minor stuff, but not to this extreme. She was always picking on my child for some apparent reason. I don't know, but according to my daughter, they said she only picks with African American kids.
Have you heard from the school, the principal?
The only thing I heard from was the superintendent stating that I won't have to worry about these two teachers again. They've been removed from the campus. They'll no longer be teaching at this school. That's all I heard.
And I know you said you dropped everything and came up
Yeah,
here,
I sped over here when she told me that.
Were you more angry?
I was angry, and I tried to file criminal charges, but they claim that the DA don't want to fool with it because of their age, and I think that's crazy.
And so you even pulled her out of school today.
Yeah, because I wanted her to attend this, to tell her side of the story.
What do you want the school to know? What do you want the district to know?
To do better background checks on these teachers. Don't just hire anybody.
And, kind of talk about what goes on through your mind knowing that your child and other children were locked in a...
It's like they inmates or something. They're not inmates. They're not in prison. What gives them the right to lock them up, period, because they're taking too long. You can write them up. You could do anything, give them a detention, but don't lock them up.
Because if you look at this, let's just say, for instance, these kids that were locked in there, who knows if one of these children suffered from seizures? Who knows if one of these children suffered from any type of medical concern? So my thing is, why would you turn the radio? Why would you turn the music up and just disregard the screams of these kids? And then who's to say if something would have happened? You know, it could have been something that, like I said, a seizure. Someone could have fell out. You know, someone could have used the restroom on themselves. You know what I mean? Like, that is not the proper way to discipline kids. You don't discipline them by locking them in a locker room because they did not get dressed on time. That is not okay. So we have Horizon so she could tell what happened, because Horizon was the one that gave us the video. Go ahead, Mama.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
okay, so we was getting dressed. It was like the beginning of the class. We was getting dressed, and the teacher, she usually counts down, like always. It's a normal thing. She counted down. This time she counted a little bit faster than she usually do, and so I guess we was taking too long to get dressed, which we wasn't really fully done getting dressed. So me and a couple others was walking towards the door. She was literally in front of us while we was walking, and she turned around physically and locked us in the locker room.
Did you think it was like a joke?
Yeah, I thought she was gonna come back and unlock it, but she didn't.
And then what do you see, what do we hear in this video?
Y'all hear us like pulling on the doors to see if she'll come open it, banging on the doors.
And you said this was very tough for you because you had anxiety.
Yes.
Kind of talk about what was going on through your mind. How did you feel at that moment?
I didn't really feel anything. It was like I got shaky. I didn't really feel anything. I just felt shocked.
And then did she say sorry or anything like that? Did the principal say, oh my gosh, like
No.
none of these school leaders said anything to you guys?
No.
They did apologize on the behalf of the teachers. That they said it's sorry that we had to go through this.
How do you feel now? You know, like do you still want to dance, or you don't want to be on the dance team?
Now, see, that's sad, you know, and I'm going to say why, because I used to be on the dance team when I was in high school, right? And so normally what they would do, they would not lock you in a dance classroom. What they would do, they would give you demerits, which means, let's say, like, if you get so many numbers for each week, and if you lose certain demerits, then you can lose a chance to perform in, you know, for performances or something like that. Or you can lose privileges or something along those lines, but not lock them in the locker room. Like, who does that? So again, I'm with Mom. We demand that these teachers will no longer be teachers. We demand that they be completely fired and their teacher certificates taken. We also demand that a CPS investigation would need to happen for this, because if we were to do this to our own children, CPS will be at our house right then and there. So do we have any other questions or concerns?
Sure, can I get a little bit of details about
Sure.
how many students were locked in there for how long?
It was 7 students that was locked in, and they were in there for over 45 minutes in a dressing room.
Candace, what would you say to people with the negative comments? Because we're going to see that, every time we come out to a press conference, we're going to see people saying, oh, that's not nothing, downplaying what you guys are out here saying.
Well, when injustice come to your door, don't call me, okay? Because at the end of the day, anything that deals with our children and it's done to the fact that it's not okay, we're going to stand in front of it, and we're going to get on the front line about it. We're not going to sit up here and take it lightly, because our kids should not be taken lightly at all, because our kids are our future.
Could you walk us a little bit through? Were y'all screaming, crying, yelling? What was that like? Go ahead.
We was not screaming nor yelling. We was just banging on the door. That was really all we did.
And finally, your mom saw the video. Is that what it is? You texted her?
Yeah, I texted her.
Can you kind of tell me why you don't want to be on the dance team anymore?
It's not really a dance team. It's just like a dance class. It's not like well, we perform at the school, but it's not like dance.
You feel like this particular teachers maybe, upset at all about something maybe you did in class, or maybe she was targeting you guys? Why do you think something like this happened?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know why she did it.
Had you been with the teacher since the beginning of the school
Yes.
year?
Yeah.
Okay, so she wasn't a substitute or anything like that. Had you had any issues with her beforehand? Like anything
Yeah.
major? Oh, you had.
Not anything big. It's just like her picking.
Like what? Like she tell you guys to quiet down or something, or
Or
what was
like
she?
she'll just like she'll target me out of everybody. Everybody will be doing one thing and she'll just target me or a couple other students from everybody else.
Y'all release a name on the teacher?
What is her name?
The teacher is Miss Taylor, and the assistant teacher is Miss Daniela. Missias.
Yeah, I don't have the first name on the teacher though.
I mean, do you guys think that the district is going to fire these teachers, or I mean, they said they, removed them
I
from
hope
their
so.
classroom.
I really hope so. And I stressed that to her that they need to be fired.
So do we have any more questions? Okay, well this conclude our press conference. Thank you.
All right, reporting live here in South Houston. I'll be posting the video shortly. You guys tell us what you think. Reporting live here, South Houston. Back to you, friends.